your screen, and when you do, that means we are live.
But you know this shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the live Pin the Gas podcast on this beautiful Sunday afternoon, and it's an absolute honor to sit down with the legends Frank Della Renta and Damon. How do I say your last name, Damon? I don't want to murder you. There you go, right on the podcast.
Yeah, no worries.
Welcome to the podcast. But before we get into this episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today by Seth Starnes. And gentlemen, I tell this to everybody: don't spend your hard-earned money on an off-the-rack suit, because for 90% of us, it's not going to fit you correctly. When you have a suit that does not fit you correctly, it causes all kinds of issues on the motorcycle, right? So my recommendation, because I'm an ambassador, and man, I love Robert Tasha and Carter's bisontrack.com. I got my first custom suit hanging up here on the wall. I got the chest protector, the glove. I got the whole nine, right? And there's such a huge difference between an off-the-rack suit and a custom suit that's tailor-made, measured specifically for you. Yes, Frank, I know you make leather suits too, and yours are absolutely amazing, right? I've never seen them before. Well, I've seen them in pictures, but I've never touched them and all that. But I know they are 100% top-notch. So I guess if you sell them, make them, listen, if anybody's in the market too, hit Frank up, right? And the main point is you need a custom suit. Straight up get a custom suit, right? Whatever brand you choose. But my recommendation is buy from at least a friend of mine in the industry, such as Frank, such as Bison, Envy, whatever. You're not going to go wrong with none of them. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it's an absolute honor to sit down with Damian and Frank, sidecar legends of the sport. Welcome to the podcast, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How's y'all Sunday been?
Busy.
I hear you.
Yeah, I was at my shop earlier doing a little work on a sidecar. So
I love it. So, Damon, you've been racing sidecars for a long time.
Yeah, it go back to the 70s with BMX with bicycles. I started out like 74. Nobody had sidecars. My dad got an R&R left-handed sidecar out of Europe and bolted to a Schwinn frame. I went through a lot of Schwinn frames jumping that thing, but had a lot of fun. And those days, I was always racing against solo, BMX bikes, because there's only one or two other people anywhere that had a sidecar.
Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun with that, and then I had a couple different sidecars as a kid, BMX, and then kind of became an adult for a minute, and then went back to childhood, started motocross racing again in the late 80s, and that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that. The motocross they're different beasts. I mean, I've never done speedway, and that's one I haven't done, sidecars, and that's a different beast. But I motocrossed forever, and then somebody took me to a road race, and it was like within a week I bought a car, and I was out racing.
I love it.
But I was doing both of them, which is already expensive to race, and to do motocross and try and keep your schedule together. And it's like sometimes you'd have to like choose, am I doing this race or that race?
Oh, I guarantee it. It's funny what you just said. I had to be an adult there for a minute, right? Yeah. Listen, growing up as a kid, we can't wait to become an adult. Once we become an adult, we're like, I can't wait to be. I wish I was your age. I wish I was a kid again, right? But yeah, it's
yeah. I told my kids they're all adults now. So I tell them, just take it easy. Don't worry about it.
mine's 12. Yeah, we tried to have another one, but it wasn't meant to be. But I'm just lucky that I have one, right? And the only thing I gotta say, man, is time is such a thief. It's like, they're born, they're here. Next thing you know, they're 4 and they're running around and they're talking back. And dude, you see them change and the body change and their face change. It's like the younger we get is what I like to call it, Damon and Frank. The younger we get, the faster time goes by, right? It's
Yeah, I've got my grandkids. They were out at the race. I was out in California at Willow Springs at a bagger race that sidecars were invited to, and I had 3 of my grandkids there, and they had to get rides around the pits on the sidecar and stuff because I'm racing on the East Coast most of the time, so they're all out there. So it was a lot of fun, and future sidecar racers.
I love it. And Frank, I know me and you talked several times, but brief history of how you got into the sport and all that good stuff.
Well, I got back into I went to see a race at Moroso, Palm Beach, when it was Moroso, back in 2000, early 2005, mid 2005. Then I got I got to talk to a guy that everybody knows, Herman Baca, out of Florida, and I rented a bike from him at a race at Moroso, and that was my first race, and I've been racing since then. I was amateur for like 2 years, expert after that. Raced with a lot of people, Santiago Villa, uh, uh, LV, you name him, Milkman, all those racers from Florida. I raced with them, got a couple of national championships with them, and for the endurance on the two wheels and a bunch of regulars. And then I'm the youngest into the sidecar sport. I started. Dustin, Dustin.
I know Dustin. Absolutely.
Damon is laughing because
that's how I met Frank, was through Dustin.
Yeah,
and we all love Dustin, right? Yeah, absolutely.
We all know Dustin. So Dustin called me out of the blue. He said, Frank, I had this friend in Georgia. Since you live in Georgia, I want you to meet him because he had sidecar. You go, what's a sidecar? So I rode one before in Homestead, but it was several years before I met Damon for an exhibition 2 laps. And I almost had a heart attack the 2 days after. So that's how bad it was. Literally, I went to the hospital with a heart attack 2 days after that. Because the pressure or whatever, it was too much adrenaline rush at that time. So I made Damon, and with a handshake, here we are. And that was 2 years ago. And I remember we were the first time I rode the car was at Mid Ohio with fuel pump issues. And Damon goes, well, Frank, if you want to race, you can have this car and race it. It's okay. That was like in April, I guess, April, March, or something like that. And then this is a car that has been sitting for I don't know how many years. A tree was growing right through the frame of the car. One of those nightmare projects.
Yeah, when I found it, that's how it was.
Tell us the story about my car when you found it.
It was, it had a tree growing through it. I rescued a couple sidecars there, but both of them, the second one will be on the track this year. So it's like, I'm just trying to get people back on the track. There was kind of a low period in the sidecars there, especially road racing. And I wasn't even looking for it. Thought I'd never get on a motorcycle again after I broke my back. And 3 surgeries and I'm racing again. I never thought I'd get on a street bike or anything. So it's like, and to find out there's so much racing going on the East Coast, and I'm living out here now, it's like just amazed. I was like, okay, this is my calling. I'm here for a reason.
I love it, man. Listen, our sport is such a unique sport and such a unique I call it, gentlemen, I call it our beautiful circus. And with our beautiful circus, we always have clowns, right? But within our circus, we have many little different mini circuses almost within it that makes it up, right? Such as like sidecar racing, super hooligans racing, bagger racing. They're all the way that the public and the way Moto America, I guess, puts them out there, they individualize them instead of being under one big beautiful tent, right? And I see it as we're all under one tent, right? There, to me, it's no individual. To me, it's just a different way of expressing our love for this sport. Whether it's and to me, listen, Frank knows this, and I say it all the time. My favorite race of the year every year is not MotoGP, it's not Moto America, it's the Isle of Man TT. That is my absolute 100% race of the year that I look the most like. If you was to say, hey, you can only watch one race series a year, even though the Isle of Man TT is only 2 weeks, I might have to roll with it. It's such a beautiful, the Northwest 200, the Macau, all that, right? And to me, and I tell everybody this, that dude, the solo guys, absolutely nuts. The freaking monkeys in the sidecar, now they're on a whole new planet and a whole new atmosphere, man. Them men and women are just like, they're out there, right? And to me, it's the most emotion in that sport is the sidecar racing and the monkeys, because it's not where the solo is. It's just me and the bike and the track and the time. Where the sidecars, it's Frank and me, Damon and Frank. So it's that bond between me and you speaking your language, driving it, me speaking my language in the back, helping it turn and getting the most grip and when to go forward and all that, right? So it's a marriage. It is what it is.
What do you call it? Symbiotic relationship. I don't see the passenger. Okay, the formula on the Formula Ones, you don't see the passenger because they're so long. So I don't get to see Ani. She'll be joining us in a few minutes. I don't get to see her. So it's a trust relationship between symbiotic type of relationship. She knows what I'm going to do, and I know, and I don't even have to think about what she's going to do. And it takes time. And that's why you stick with one passenger. Damon was able to get Melissa as a passenger, and it's been his steady passenger since then. And when you don't have your passenger, because the car moves differently. You lose control of the front wheel because the passengers know they're on time, or it's a different weight on the back. So when they jump on the back tire, the front lift a little bit, so you cannot take the corner at the same speed. So it's a lot of the passenger deserves a lot of respect for the reason that they actually allows the car to be driven at a fast pace without getting slide from the backs or losing control of the front. So they are part of the car. They're part of the whole geometrics and weight distribution of the car. They know the tracks. A good passenger will know the track and I can anticipate the corners. That's very helpful. That only helps me a lot because Oni's been around in a lot of tracks. So she knows the track by memory. I don't have to. She's a professional athlete when it comes to two wheels, and she races sprint cars and things like that. The same thing with Melissa. Melissa's puts so much pressure on being perfect, and she races Vipers and Corvettes and all type of stuff. So they're athletes. I mean, that's what they have to be. If you don't know how to pass in your car, you're going to be fighting the G-forces of the sidecar all the time. And you're not going to last 3 laps. These ladies, they last 8 laps and get out of there without a sweat. You know what I mean? You try that at our pace. Last time I did that in Barber, I spun because Annie couldn't make it. So I had to get a passenger that I never rode with me. And he was not in place by a fraction of a second, and the car spun on a turn because it wasn't in place. So things like that happen. They are truly part of the sidecar, the passenger, and they have no seatbelt. They have a little bar to hold on from. So every sidecar is different. Melissa have experience with 3 different sidecars. The same thing with Oni has experience with 3 or 4 different sidecar type, front exit, side exit, Formula One, Formula 2s. So it's a unique sport because it takes 2 to ride it. It's like those rally cars that they go very fast on the dirt, and you got the co-pilot telling you turn left or 100, whatever, left, right, corner, straight. It's the same type of relationship, but you don't talk to each other. That's the problem. You don't have no communication with your passenger. The only communication you have is when they tap you in the back because something is wrong. That's it.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful to to see that motion, like the Birchwell brothers at the TT,
Oh
right?
yeah.
They are, to me, set the standard of sidecar racing. They're absolute legends, right? There's legends before them too, but the way that again, like what you said, you find that partner, and after the first couple rides, it's like a girlfriend, man. You go out on a couple dates, if she's right for you or not, right? It's that
Right.
same thing in a sidecar, and it's probably more absolutely amplified, right? And we actually had Seth Starnes. What is up, Seth, dude? He said, let's freaking go. And then he says, a marriage, ha ha ha, LOL, but it's definitely a relationship.
That is.
And that's a fact, right? And then we have another sidecar legend in the house, Peter Esson.
Peter.
What is up, Peter?
He is a legend. Absolutely.
He's an encyclopedia right there.
Yeah.
He is.
It's an encyclopedia when it comes to sidecars.
It is. He's I had him on. He's, raced at the TT. Is that something you two always envisioned too? Is doing the TT?
When I was younger, I really wanted to do Isle of Man. And at my age, I can't even qualify. I mean, I did get lucky enough to race Pikes Peak when it was still dirt on a sidecar a number of times, but that's my best race I think I've ever done. Is Pikes Peak was just phenomenal. To do the TT, I mean, Wade Boyd has been there. I mean, it's a dream of anyone who races motorcycles. I think it's just an amazing, it's amazing.
It's on my bucket list, Damon. I want to go to the TT so freaking bad. It's, dude, I told this is to the extreme. I told my wife, I said, look, if tomorrow I don't wake up for whatever reason, you burn me, you put me on a plane, you fly my ass out to the Isle of Man TT in whatever corner out there on there, you just dump me, leave me, and deuces. Have the rest of your life. Right. Like the salt guy on different corners. There it is, right there. So one way or another, I'm definitely gonna go. Right. Yeah, it's like I said, I love racing, period. But the real road racing, there's just something a different level, right? It's a different feeling. It's a different emotions. Atmosphere, the whole nine. And I'm not envious of people that have gone there before me, because I will make it over there. But it's just like anytime you envision something that you always wanted to do or see, and you get there and it's amplified by 100 times. The emotion, the raw speed, how close you are. Absolutely. It's one of the very few times I'll probably bust out bawling like a little baby, right? Just sitting there and everybody's looking at me like, look at this American bawling like a baby, right? But I'm here. Let's freaking go. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I tell everybody that, again, it's not the solos that are my favorites. It's the sidecars, man. They're just absolutely, they obviously you ride the course different than a motorcycle, because you got three wheels, but the emotions, man, and seeing the monkey and the way that they just left and right for as long distance of the races are, and their helmets, man, are like this far from the wall sometimes, and I'm like, you have to be really in tune with the track and the driver in order to be able to push Frank to the limit and Damon to the limit, right? Again, it's that
no, we have Ollie has a video of her at Laguna Seca. I think it's a photo of it also, that she's dragging the helmet on the rumble strip and the shoulder too. The shoulder and helmet at the rumble strip on a front exit sidecar. Amazing photo. So
she's doing her best Jorge Martin impression.
I don't know, but better because she's scraping the helmet.
That is true. Yeah,
I haven't seen a MotoGP scraping helmets on the ground yet. So,
no.
But she's doing it, and it's it's not like driving a motorcycle. I can tell you by riding a motorcycle, it's not like riding a motorcycle, and it's not like racing a car either. It's a complete different ball game. First time I raced, it tally. Oh, there's Ollie right
There
there.
you go.
Hello, Ani.
He's trying
Hey.
to. Hi, Ollie.
Hi. How's everybody?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Just left an archery tournament for the little one.
I love it. I love it. My guy, he's in there probably playing Fortnite right now. He's already been in here once. He's probably gonna bust in here again as he always does. So I get it. I get it. But Ani, listen, absolute honor to have you on the podcast. I told Frank and Damien that I want to get each individual on your own separate podcast so we get more in depth on, your whole career and all that good stuff. So
Absolutely.
welcome to the show. Look, there he is. Hey, guy, what's going on, bud?
Get in there.
What's his name?
Zayden.
Zayden. It's nice to meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you too.
Did you kick buck at the archery?
Mm-hmm. You guys got third. Or second. You got second.
That's good. That's good. Yeah.
Congratulations, man. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Are you ready for Santa Claus to come?
Here.
Are you?
He's
He's like, no, I'm done. I love it. Oh my God. So yeah,
He's not mom.
yeah, right.
He's a bit shy.
It's okay. It's quite okay. We were actually talking about my favorite race is the T. We were talking about the TT sidecar racing at the TT. To me, the monkeys are out of the solos, out of the drivers of the sidecars. The monkeys are, to me, the most impressive individuals there are walking this planet. They're a whole nother level of, but as we were talking about, it's almost like a marriage between the driver and the monkey in the car, right? Because it's so important to have that. And if we go out on a date, we know after the first 2 or 3 times we go out, we're it's not meant to be. Same thing with sidecar racing, right? It's that language, and
Lots
it's
of
so
trust.
important. Absolutely, it is. And Frank was just telling me about your best Jorge Martin impression with the shoulder and dragging the helmets on the ground. And I was telling him about how I love the TT with the sidecars there, where their helmets are literally this far from the freaking walls, and it's like in slow motion camera. And I'm just in awe. Like, this is absolutely one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. It's that millions of people watch it. But the emotions, the trust, the setup, the anxiety, the journey, everything to get there and do what you guys and girls do is just phenomenal. It's, again, every year I'm just like, this is absolutely the most mental, beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life, And so, absolutely. So how did all 3 of you meet?
Well, you know me and Damon, how we met. I know Ani for a while, correct, Ani? We know each other for a while. She was my suit ambassador for the East Coast. So she was representing my brand and for the leathers, and she did a great job. And then I know she races sidecars. I mean, what is it that you race? The other 2 cars, Legends cars,
Legends, sprint cars.
sprint cars.
Yeah.
She races that too, and then and I know she races her motorcycles and stuff. And we went to Jennings to race. I remember, correct? We went to Jennings,
Yep.
and I don't know if it was you did the endurance, but I think it was a track day. On a track day, so I told her, look, you want to be a monkey in a sidecar? You're like, what? I don't even know what it is.
Like, what's that?
You're like, what's a monkey? What are you talking about?
So and that's how we started. So we gave it a try at Rod and Race Line. Ruts and Race Line by NK. There's an all-female type of track day that they do at NC Bike every year, twice a year. So, and I coach for MK on that, and she went and tried it out. Damon lent me an F2 1000. So I took the F2 1000 for 6 ladies to experiment the sidecars and to see if they had interest or not. And then only tried it out, and that was the
Lots
end
of interest.
that was the end of the story. You
Yeah.
know, and you can
She's
show the
like, I'm the
video.
only one that showed up.
Yeah, no, no, no. But and it was actually was my first time on the F2 as well, because I never rode a sidecar before because mine was still on the repair. So I actually used as a test space, and he said, "No, let's just jump on a bucket of of what you know what I mean, a bucket of poop and start riding on a 1,000, yeah,
Right?
not a 600, a 1,000 here. Let's go." And
All in.
all in or nothing. So that's
That's
how me
actually
and
a
Tony
beast
are.
to drive.
We're all
That
in or nothing.
car is a beast to drive.
Huh? and that's how we got into it. And then meanwhile, I was working on the one that uh, Damon assigned to for me to use, it which is a Formula One 600, and we made it. I was watching the movie Tomcat, Top Gun, and so I made this whole sidecar. You can show the video that I sent you about me and Oni on the Tomcat, and you can actually see the Dolphin, the 1,000 behind it, and and that's how we came with the idea of the Top Gun team and stuff like that. The actual theme is the whole thing is called we run under the Killer Clown Canvas Racing Team because it's the Damon is that's what he owns a Killer Clown Canvas.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I love it. Everybody knows Top Gun's one of my all-time favorite movies. That's what my dad did. Fighter jets off the aircraft carrier in the Navy. I remember them taking me to the movie theater and I was just freaking glued. And I knew my dad was in the Navy, but I didn't understand what he did. And we're in there. He says, "You see this right here?" I was like, "This is awesome." He's like, "This is what I do." And I was like, holy
Coolest dad ever.
right? Like, you gotta be kidding me right now. So yeah, it's and then when Frank told me that, showed me the picture, I was just like instantly in love with the sidecar. I was like, this is the best sidecar I've ever seen in my life. It's absolutely amazing. Everybody, Ani told a short little story of how they got into racing. You're an absolute legend, racing in all type of categories. This is why I want to do an individual story and everybody so we get more in depth into it. Otherwise, we'll be on here for 5 hours, right? But give
Talk
a
all day
brief,
about racing.
right, me too, right? All of us can. So give everybody a brief history of how you got into racing cars, motorcycles, and sidecars.
Well, I got a little bit of a late start. I didn't even start riding until I was 25, 31 now, so about 6 years. I literally was like, I want a motorcycle. And I got on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, found a motorcycle, no idea anything about them. I went and bought it, a little Ninja 250. Had no idea what I was doing. I could drive a standard car, like I self-taught myself that. And I was like, it can't be much different. So I bought the motorcycle and had someone else ride it home for me. I got it home and I just kind of got on it and started riding the street. And then about a month later, I was introduced to track days. I had nothing, no suits, no anything. I had a suit shipped to the track, from a used suit shipped to the track, had no idea if it fit, and then just never stopped from there on motorcycles. And then motorcycles kind of introduced me to sidecars with Frank because we rode motorcycles together. And then cars, kind of off-season thing. I wanted to continue to go fast, to do
the adrenaline, fill that void somehow. I gotta have it. I'm itching, I'm fiending. I need that hit, baby. Let's go. I'm the same way, right?
Yep. So I had to take a break from motorcycles to go through school. And I was like, well, I need something cheap that I can get into. And I found a legend car for I think it was 6,000, the whole setup to get into it all. I raced that a couple times. I was like, this is not the same. They don't go as fast. They're enclosed, like all of the things. And that introduced me to people who had sprint cars. And someone asked me if I wanted to try a sprint car out. And I was like, huh, duh. Like, no chance I'm passing that up. So that got me into sprint cars a little bit, and still on and off with really everything. Sidecars, sprint cars, legend, all of it. And then indoor minis with Circus Bear. Everyone has to try that. Anybody can go and gear up and throw elbows with grown adults on mini bikes. That's a fun time in the winter season. But that's kind of how I got into all of the things.
I'm a huge mini bike fan. I prefer that
Oh, yeah.
over the bigger bikes because one, I don't bounce in back like I used to in hills.
We don't recover as quick.
We don't
Yeah.
recover as quick. And mini bike, dude, honestly, I have more fun riding a mini bike than I did a bigger bike on track, right? And it's
Yep.
It's that fun factor. You're not scared to rub those elbows and
The
bump into each other.
repercussions,
And
yeah.
it's you crash, dude. You're laughing when you crash. You get up and unless you break some, but that's a whole nother story,
Yeah.
right? But anyway,
Yeah.
you're still laughing. It's so much fun. It's and I couldn't imagine it's something that man, I always wanted to ride in a sidecar. And I told Frank that so one day we'll get together and
Let's go.
I would love to be that crazy monkey in the sidecar and feel all the emotions and yeah.
You're
put it
probably going to
together,
end up
so.
with bruises. Trust me.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not worried about that, right?
I come off looking like somebody beat me. Every
Right.
time.
But that's part of the journey. I mean, it's this is what I tell everybody, and I'm a huge advocate. Man, it's not the destination; it's the journey to get to that destination, right? And that involves bruises and bleeds and laughs and cries. So be it. Embrace it, enjoy it, right? So, yeah, absolutely.
In the moment, it doesn't hurt though. Like in the moment, you have so much going on, like you don't even realize you're bruising yourself up.
You wake up
So
the
they're
next
always
day, you feel like you got beat up by Mike Tyson. You're like, oh my god,
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a passenger in Laguna Seca. Her name is Marlene. She passenger for Damon up there. The next day, she had so many bruises. She had so many black and blues. As Oni, she was like full of black and blues on her hip, arm, legs. From all that bouncing around because she was a student at Laguna Seca, and then Damon took her for actual racing on it, and it's not the same. It's not the same.
Totally
We're
different. Yeah.
very aggressive. Me and Damon were rubbing paint, going down
The whole time.
after the finish line. we were riding a different car. Me and Oni we were flying the chair because until Oni figured out the chair how it works. It was an adventure.
I guarantee
It was
you.
an adventure, all over your own. So,
I think that's another thing that I do like about sidecars is every car is different. Like, and you have to figure out where to be on what car and how to hold it down, how to turn. Like, it's all different. Every car that I've been on with Frank, it's totally different. So that's another cool thing is you're constantly learning. Like, you never got it fully figured out. Which is a challenge.
I consider this is how I explain motorcycles. I consider them like women. Okay, you see one, they're super beautiful. You get with her, you learn what she likes, what she don't like, how to ride her, what she likes, how to approach the corners, the brake, and the whole nine. Then you see another girl on two wheels. You're like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. I want to take her for a spin. And then all of a sudden it's completely different. She don't like the same things your other bike like, right? So you got to learn that bike too as well, right? Inside you're laughing, Damon, but this is how I really relate to it like that because it's true. Right, because they're all different. They're all temperamental in their own way. You take them apart in a different way. They like certain movements on the bike. They like certain things. Some don't. So same thing. That's why I could relate when you said that with the sidecars. It's absolutely the same thing. So yeah.
The only thing that it's a little bit more extreme when it comes to the sidecar because you don't know where the brake is going to be on the left or the right. If it's going to be upshift or downshift. if you had 3 brakes or 2,
Mhm.
or one in the
Hey,
front or
one.
back. Oh, we have them all. Every sidecar that we have, it's the F2 is a standard shifting, and it's a short car. So when you turn it, the chair gets to fly. Mine
Mhm.
has a brake on the front and brake on the back. The new one that that Damon has, it has you press the brake and it automatically all 3 wheels hit the brake at the same time. So every single car is different. When Oni
Mhm.
says that every car is
Handles.
different, not just for the passenger, for also for the
Mhm.
pilots are the same thing, and we have all flavors.
Mhm.
I love it. I
We have
love it.
flavors. We have how many cars right now, Damon? 7 between working and not working. 7, I think.
Yeah, there's 7 with the LCR that's down in
Yeah,
Florida.
7, and then we're gonna have the only team with 3 F1s 1000 soon. We're working on that, so we have uh, plenty to go around. F1s, F2s, and TT2. So we have them.
Well, let me ask y'all this: what do you recommend for somebody that's going to be listening to this or that's listening now that actually wants to get into sidecar racing? Where do they go? How do they sign up? What website? All that good stuff.
I'll
Go
let
ahead,
Frank
Dave.
do
Go
that.
ahead. You want me to do it? Or you want
Yeah, he's more the businessman. I'm just out there trying to promote it. But you've got to get a license. I'll start. ARMA is one of the you got to go through ARMA to get a license. And are we gonna? Azra is gonna do that, Frank?
I don't know about, but right now Chris, what happened was that we most of the sidecars won with Arma. Uh, Last year, they understood how much people the sidecar brings to the fences. From the experience from Mid Ohio running with AMA and Wera, there were thousands of people on the fence, okay, because they wanted to see the sidecars. So now they have Astra um, are inviting us. We were at Daytona on their Astra. So we usually have we with Armas we started with 8 races last year. This year we had 24 races in 4 or 5 different associations, baggers. The Bagger Association, in which Damon went at Willow Springs and raced for it. Astra, we raced in, I think we did an exhibition on Summit Point, and we actually put 10 cars at Daytona. Um, and then we have Arma. That I mean, last time this year we were only like 25 or 20, 21 or 24 sidecars. Last year we were 30 sidecars on the track, but they actually had to give us 2 different races for the modern cars and the vintage cars. And then we have the Wera with the AMA at the Mid Ohio. So all that has been expanded, but the classes are uh, we give the classes. Believe it or not, we already given the classes ourselves. We're the teachers. It used
So
to be
you can get
Dale.
online, and so basically it's like signing up for like a track day. You sign up
Correct.
for your school, you sign up as to be a passenger or a driver. Like I think most people that would attempt it know somewhat about signing up for a track day, but just like going to those websites is probably the easiest way to sign up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
reach
through
out
the
to
Arma.
Arma.
Through Arma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pick either the passenger or the pilot class. They have both classes.
And you can find
I see Chris
content
smiling.
for
He said,
myself.
"Where do I sign up for the pilot class? I want to
Well,
drive."
listen. I would love to try both, but I think I'd have more fun with the monkey. Let the driver do his
Mhm.
thing, and let
Yeah,
me get in the back and just hold on and
Yep.
enjoy the flight.
Yep.
Right. So
Yep.
yeah, freaking awesome. And so Ani, I asked Frank and Damon this. I'm gonna ask you two the same thing. Would you ever consider racing at the TT in a sidecar?
Oh, given an opportunity, I mean, I'd have to improve a lot, obviously, but if I was capable, yeah, 100%.
I love it. I love
Like,
it.
given that opportunity, you'd be crazy to pass it up.
Yeah, you know, and I was telling him that's my absolute favorite race of the year is the
Oh,
TT. And if I could just pick one race to watch every year, nothing else would be absolutely the TT. So,
Mhm.
yeah, huge fan. And rentals, yeah. Miguel brings up, you can rent a sidecar, or
Yeah, we do. We have a rental program. We're gonna have 2 cars for rentals, which actually is being used also when you do the school when you do the riding class for the school. And usually it's a couple that comes over, either 2 good friends or a couple, or boyfriend and girlfriend. They come over and they rent a car, and then because they need a full side car for them to practice both at the same time. So yeah, we have cars for rental, the side cars for rental. Depending on the tracks that we go to, we're trying to cover multiple association. It's not simple, and a lot of logistics behind it. But we're working on it this for next year. So we're getting ready with inventory and SAR cars. Our good friend Steven Arnett at Hot Shot Welding in Tampa is getting our engine swapped for a newer engine on the one of the 2 LCR F1s in the United States, and Damon owns one. The other one is at Barber Museum. So they're putting a new engine on it, and thanks to Steve, I had to mention it because he's doing a great job for us out of the blue. Um, but yeah, we will have rentals. You just gotta sign up for the class with Arma, and we'll try to accommodate as many people as we can.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, because Miguel just said, "Who do we call?" You call Frank, right? He'd call
That's
you.
right.
Yeah.
Miguel knows better.
Or
Miguel, you know better.
I know Miguel since back then when I think it's one of my first friends that I have on the race. Miguel
Yeah.
Miguel was one of my sponsor riders for the mini GPs, and so Miguel knows me better.
yeah, you can reach out to any of us on Facebook Messenger or
You can reach out
Instagram.
to Ronnie.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna
Yeah.
give you everything you need to show up.
Yeah, and
And have
depending
fun.
where you're at in the country, there's Bill Becker's out on the West Coast. He's got sidecars, and he's been building some great sidecars since before 1984 is what he wants to do. He classifies his first year of racing, road racing. So he's built a lot of sidecars. I've owned a few of them. We own one of them right now. That's the white car, the Dolphin car. He owned that one still. That was one he built in 2017, I believe. So if you're on the West Coast, I mean, there's not a lot of people. We'd love to get more people involved in the West Coast. Because I've got both places. I grew up in California, and I'd love to see the numbers get up out there as well again. I'm here just to try and get people on sidecars. It's so much fun. You won't have it's a different experience than anything. It's not like car racing. It's not like solo bike racing. It's just different. I mean, I gotta say, because I come from motocross, and motocross sidecars are a different beast.
Yeah, I seen a YouTube video of the motocross sidecars. I was like, now them are nuts. Like that's a whole new level of yeah. Now talking about being bruised.
I get sent videos and stuff of the dirt version of that, and I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, that looks.
I don't know about the 40 feet. How about the 30 feet high, 50 feet long? No, I don't know about that.
But not that crazy.
Supercross jumps are real hard on those, man. I'll tell you what. I only did one, two supercross on sidecars, and it was hard.
I like my legs where they are.
And my back, right? I'm good with my back right now. Yeah.
But don't worry, Ani. You'll probably be seeing somewhere mid-year, end of this year, showing up at our races with the road racing, sitting there.
Oh yeah.
I was actually looking at a Yamaha 250 today, asking him about it. You know, so but Chris, what you don't know is that Damon there is so quietly there. He built his own car for Pikes Peak, and he has a 750 triple carburetor CC two-stroke engine on it.
Beast
It's a
mode.
beast. I want to
Yes.
hear it. I'm dying for it
It's out of
to
the
start it
box,
up.
but it's 20 years old now.
It don't matter. It's still a beast.
It
750cc two-stroke, three.
Yeah, Polaris was my sponsor, so I ended up with snowmobile engine in the sidecar for Pikes Peak.
with the centrifugal clutch,
Yeah.
because it doesn't have shifter. I'm like,
It's
I'm not
solitary
driving that. I'm not driving that. No, that's a fast moped right there.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So, all three of you, riding a solo bike on Daytona is an experience in itself. How does it
Yes.
compare to the sidecars at Daytona?
Oh, hold on. Ask Ani what happened when she looks back while going
Ani.
over 100 miles an hour.
What happened?
It feels like a merry-go-round. Like you feel like you're spinning just because everything's going so fast. Like the words on the wall, I was like, oh, I gotta turn back around. Like I was, yeah, it was an experience for sure.
I bet. And Laguna Seca too, right? The famous corkscrew,
Oh, yeah.
on a solo bike. It's an amazing feeling, but in a sidecar, I can imagine it's completely different, right?
It goes in the air.
Yeah,
When
I mean,
the top of the hill, when you
Yep.
make that first turn, the chair goes in the air with Ani on the air. Me trying to
Every
go down
time.
the hill. Me trying to go down the hill, and she's still on the air halfway through. And I'm thinking, oh man, this big ass nose is gonna hit the bottom of the thing. No,
And then you got to make a right turn.
Huh?
Then you got to make a right turn.
Yeah.
My second time
that's,
off that years and 25 years, 27 years ago, going that first time on the track on a sidecar there. The Laguna. Yeah, it was, oh wow, we're in the air. Boom, we got to turn here pretty soon.
Oh man, I couldn't imagine. Again, it's a whole different experience. I watch it on TV, and I'm just I watch the solos, and I'm in awe, and I see the sidecars again. I'm just like, yeah, it's.
Did you saw the video of I was racing not racing. I was a practice lap in Daytona, full rain on the sidecar.
Oh yeah.
And the foot from the wall up there, and then I hit that chicane between the NASCAR 2 and NASCAR 3. That car started going sideways and everywhere. It was a lagoon down there.
Right.
And as soon as the lagoon passed by, on the gas again. Melissa took me on that, and that was the first one. Even Oni said, "Oh, I'm not going. I'm passing."
No, I was being a princess for sure.
That's on. I'm not going off.
That's hilarious. She's like, no, those puddles over there will mess up my hairdo today. Yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna sit this one out, fellas. Y'all go ahead. I'll stay back here and cook. Yeah, I got y'all.
Melissa goes, I'm on a swimming pool back here because it was full of water. The chair was full of water.
Soaked. Yeah.
I love it. But it's just like, any form of racing, that bond, that friendship, and people you meet that you never thought you would meet in the instant, lifelong friends, because that's what it is. It's
it becomes family. It's way deeper than friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the sidecar people. I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's like, what race were we at a year or so back? And after the race, a couple of solo guys came up. I think, was it Laguna? I don't know where. No, it wasn't Laguna. But a couple of solo guys came up to me after the race and was like, "What's the deal with it?" And he goes, "You guys are getting ready to go out on the track. You guys are all lined up, getting ready to go out for your warm-up lap. And everybody gets off the sidecars and they're hugging each other and they're friends." And
that was Laguna.
Was it Laguna? And
Laguna, yeah.
They're like, "Us solo bike guys, we're not friends like that, man." You're like a family. The sidecars are like a family. You know, once you're in, you're part of the family. You're never gonna get out.
Yeah.
Solo, the guys that do the solos, they have a team too, right? Obviously, the engineers are tired, blah 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 blah. But the sidecars is like a team within the team too, as well. And again, it's two people out there, not just Jake Gagne by himself on the Attack Yamaha bike, right? And it relies so heavily on the driver and the monkey. It's absolutely amazing what you guys do, and I watch it. I'm just like, holy shit! Did you see that? Like, yeah, are you kidding me right now? Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking. And the movement, because I pay attention. Obviously, the Frank driving. He's up underneath this thing, and we don't see a lot of him, but his head doing this, right? Every once in a while. But then in the back in the monkeys, when it comes on the monkeys, man, you're just like all these crazy movements. I'm like, well, what kind of language is this? Right, this is a sign language I don't even know. I don't understand this at all.
We had a one time we went into a little tally, and it, that the term before the last chicane before you go in the front of the straightaway. I don't know the name of the farmhouse chicane. So I took it too close to the rumble strip on the first turn.
Oh my God, I remember that. Oh.
Only came off the car.
I was like,
completely, because it's a hole before the rumble strip's a hole. So the side chair hit the hole, came up and went over the rumble strip, and only just jumped in the air. I just heard the bump when she landed in the back of the chair. That was it.
That was a good time.
We have our close ones there. Actually, I sent you a video of one of those turns, how fast we take it. If you want to show it, that video is me trying to go into the that turn, and I got passed by a 1000 by Bill and Dustin, and then you'll see what happened on that corner on a 1000, between a 1000 and a 600. I don't know if you had that video there.
Let me go to.
I said you do percent, I think.
Share screen. All right, let me do. How can I? Yeah, so I'm learning this whole thing. Let me see how I can.
Oh, we're pushing your.
You're pushing my limits, man. No, yeah. Well, so this program I use, dude, there's so much I can do with it. It's mind-boggling. I just hadn't really took a whole lot of time to sit down and learn the whole ins and outs. I know I can share the screen. Like I can go to YouTube. I can bring up YouTube, and then I can go to a.
Oh, fancy.
Hang on. I don't want to do that. Hold up.
You can load the video from your own hard drive, I think.
I can, but see, so my phone is not connected to this laptop because it's my wife's laptop.
Oh, okay.
Because my original laptop took a dump, right? So I was like, I need to use your laptop, please. And I ended up using it for the past year now, right? I need to buy a new laptop. So, but if I connect my phone to it, she's gonna be mad. So I can do my hang on, let me see. I did this once before. I can do it again. Share screen. Let's see.
Now, I'm kind of used to Zoom. This is a little bit different format.
Yeah, it keeps going back to my Windows. Boom. Open. Make sure you click share on that model. Cancel. All right, hang on. Let me figure this out for a second. This might take me a second. I've done it before, and now I'm trying to figure out how I did it. So I got to share screen.
You still there, Ronnie? Just not on screen?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm on. I'm sharing.
Here we go. Let me do this.
Trying to share how to watch the podcast.
Oh.
You can go to my YouTube channel or my personal Facebook channel.
Okay.
and then they can watch it right this second. Let me go here. Hang on. I think I might have figured something out. Maybe. Let's see.
You try to screen share.
All right. Let's do.
Well, while we've got a second, I just wanted to throw out that originally, kind of how I got in racing is my dad raced sidecars in the 50s. And they had one bike, they raced, desert, road racing, everything on a solo bike. Oh, cool. I can see it. Hang
on. How do I make it bigger now?
Sounds like me with a computer.
There we go.
There you go. You got it. Those are the
I figured it out. Look at that. Woo!
That's me and Oni on that's the Formula One. And then the one that you saw there was an F2. That one. That's
that's Barbara, yeah.
Yeah, that's Oni right there.
He's shaking my head.
Let's go. All right, let me back out of this and pull up the other one. Yeah. I told you I figured it out. It just took me a minute. All right, let's do this. Oh, where's it at? Add to stage. Here we go.
Yeah, that's Damon and Melissa. That's in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's a hard track on the side.
That's the picture I'm looking for.
That's also on the back.
Yeah.
That's Melissa and Melissa and Damon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you see the vintage cars running with us. That's the Dolphin, the one that's also belongs to us.
That's the Becker car.
That's a F2 1000. And Melissa couldn't be with us today because she's hunting wild hogs at the Alabama swamps. So she's like that. So that's what she's out there. This is not
in
here.
Alabama.
Yeah.
I've done Nutra hunting down in Louisiana.
I mean, look at that. It's absolutely beautiful, right? It's one of the most beautiful things you ever see.
It's a dance. They're
yes.
dancing like there. So.
It's the best salsa dance ever. Let's go. I mean, look at that. It's absolutely amazing. All right, let's see. I know you gave me another one. Let me.
Yeah, another one is an inboard out of Talladega.
Yeah. No, it's, how do you put it? I mean, so many different ways. Like just the perfect opera where everything's blending, everybody's in their right place. It's really almost like a dance. You know what I mean? It's amazing because it's so smooth but quick. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 100%.
There is an onboarding view, like from my camera, like me, what I see. I think it was on my helmet. I'll have to send it to you, but it's on YouTube on one of my friends' YouTube. I think it's on Facebook too, but it's like you can see what I'm looking at. You can see when I turn my head, when I like go across. Like it's like my perspective on it. It's a really cool video to watch.
Yeah, hang on one second. Now I'll look it up. Do you have the YouTube channel?
Let me see if I can find it.
Let me do this. Go to YouTube. That's not what I want. Technology, they say it's super smart.
That's the problem.
That's absolutely the problem. Oh, it's so smart. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Anna, you just let me know what it is, and I will pull it up and share it. I think it's pretty cool how you can do that, right? Like I could pull up all this live stuff and show it. But once I get mine and I can actually hook my phone up and connect it to the computer, then I have more access to what I can do. So, hang on, she's muted. You're muted, Annie. Sorry. I can't hear you. Hang on. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Hang on, let me. Are you there? We can't hear you. We done lost Ani. Oh no. Oh, that's yeah. There ain't. I'm trying to. I can't do anything on my end. But yeah, so it's let me see if I can get that other video of Frank's to show up real quick. Let's see, Messenger, Frank. I want the sidebar. Give me the sidebar so I can go up and down. I don't want that. Technology. Come on, technology.
Hey, we're learning. We're learning.
Dude, I am too.
I was just trying to change my background because I loaded a bunch of different, or actually I didn't, my wife did, loaded a bunch of different background pictures. I was going to load some old motocross pictures, but they don't seem to be coming up.
Yeah, you won't. You didn't. I love your background picture too, by the way. And I love Frank's hat, SDK. Let's freaking go, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, SDK raced for Motrack back in 2017, and I was promoting the whole Motrack thing, and he raced for us. He was my neighbor back in Miramar, in Pembroke Pines. So he'll come over to the house and find you have any spare tires that I can use for the motors. You go, yeah, here. It was a kid, you know. It was a kid. You're back, Oni? Oh, it sounds funny. Sounds like you're from C3PO type thing.
It does. Your voice sounds all messed up. Are you using your speakerphone on your phone? Are you connected to your car? Yeah, that's probably why. She sounds straight like a robot.
It sounds like C3PO. I swear. R2D2. That's it. Star Wars going on in that car.
I love it. Let's see if there's something I can do. I don't know if there is. It's hilarious. All right, say something.
Okay, you can land the spaceship. Don't worry about it. Go ahead, you got the right to land the spaceship.
Oh my god, I love it. That's hilarious.
That sounds like one of those that when you call for permission to go into the Starship.
Right? That was awesome. Oh my god, it happens, man. It's and that's also part of the deal of streaming with a bunch of people too, right? Everybody connection's a little bit different. Some people sound better than other people. Yada yada yada. It's part of the game. But again, like I said, that's why I want to also. I love doing a group thing. It has so much fun because I feel the love and the energy between Frank and Damon and Ani and
the fact that we ever got together is just it's all Dustin's fault. Go back to the beginning.
Blame it on Dustin.
We'll blame it all on Dustin. We love Dustin. Dustin's absolute awesome too. He's he lives in Alabama too, right? And Damon, where are you at?
I'm in Georgia. Frank and I are both in Georgia. I'm about 15 minutes away from him.
How far are you from Road Atlanta?
Oh, we're a couple hours. 45 minutes?
Okay.
No, we're a couple hours. Road Atlanta?
Yeah.
Is it
the road racetrack?
Where is it? North of Atlanta?
Yeah. You're looking at the NASCAR
traffic. No, that's because
15 minutes away.
Yeah, I can get to Tennessee faster than I can get to Road Atlanta.
Exactly. Yeah. Barber's a close track. Cali's a close track.
Yeah. Yeah. We have Melissa lives in Alabama. Dustin lives in Alabama. We live in Georgia, and Ani lives in Kentucky.
Yeah, and Dustin's teammate is Johnny
Crow,
Florida.
Yeah. So nice. we meet from everywhere.
I'm in Roanoke, Virginia, so I'm kind of like in the central of everybody of all of us, right? So I'm 6 hours to Jersey, 6 hours to Mid Ohio, 6 hours to Road Atlanta, and like 11 hours to Daytona. So, do you guys ever come to VIR and do sidecars?
Well, we went to a summit, but if Astra has if one of the associations has schedule for that, we're trying to get our schedules together now. We want to do new tracks because we went to Daytona, Barber, Tally, Mid Ohio, Pittsburgh. We went to Pittsburgh. We went to Laguna Seca. We go to whatever is available that we can, close by. I mean, we went all the way to Laguna Seca. But
and I went back out there for a lesser race.
And then you went back.
Those are a couple of my old tracks, and Portland and a lot of West Coast tracks for me.
So we want to do like new tracks. I mean, we haven't done Summit on the sidecar. We've done Rolling Road. We've done NC, what is it, North Carolina on the sidecars. So we've done a lot of tracks. I love Mid Ohio. It's a very hard track to do. But we want to do new tracks that we have done.
Road Atlanta is one.
Correct. We want to do Road Atlanta if it's available. NOLA, maybe NOLA. Try to do when I was in Dallas Fort Worth recently, I was very close to a racetrack over there in Dallas. I don't remember the name, but it was Dallas Motorsport. I mean, I was like 10 minutes away from the actual racetrack. I mean, but we took a tour last year. I mean, we went all over.
She's back and she's not a robot. Let's go.
She's not trying to land the
right. The Millennium Falcon. I love it.
So we went all over. We got the national championship and the Triple Crown. That means that we won the West Regional, the South Regional, and the North Regional at the same time. So that's our second national championship for me and Oni. So we got to get a second belt buckle now.
Right?
Yes.
We got to get a 2024 belt buckle. We already have, let me see. I already have one for 2023.
Let me see.
There it is.
Absolutely. I love it.
So we need one more.
That's right. That's right. And Ricky K says, which Ricky, I just had him on. He's an absolute legend too. He says, do you have a website where y'all be posting your schedule?
I think we do.
We need to set something like that up. We need to start doing something like that. We have everybody.
Yeah, they have US sidecar.
Yeah.
I think they have a US sidecar called US sidecar. We have a private chat.
Like Pete said, go to ARMA. That's going to be at least that schedule, and that they've got plenty of information there.
I think the ARMA schedule is up, and every ARMA schedule, we are part of the full ARMA schedule. With Astra, there's some races that we do not participate, but I don't know if it's going to change. I got to talk to Alex about that and see where we can race. I don't have a sidecar schedule specific for Astra yet. The schedule is out there, but I don't know which ones are for sidecars yet.
Right, so, just like the bagger schedule.
Correct. The bagger schedule is the same way.
Yeah, yeah. Peter says Azure will host some events in 2025.
Yeah.
So
correct. And then we have the I know every year we have the Mid Ohio where AMA races there. That it's 70,000 people. Yeah.
And when does that take place?
Mid Ohio racetrack.
It's
I know, but
Vintage Festival that they host there every year. It's usually in July.
Okay.
And if you want like the full motorcycle experience with like a show, they have like swap days. It's like a huge fair event. And then a race breaks out. That's what I compare it to.
I love it.
Yeah, they have dirt bike. They have golf car racing going up the hillbilly races.
Camping.
They
Whole
can't
nine.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a place
firecrackers,
where
yeah,
Melissa and I
firecrackers,
can take the motocross rig out.
Their food is on the stove. I have to go back out.
You know, because I talked to Melissa, take the motocross rig, Mid-Ohio.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's the
Mid-Ohio,
place to take the motocross rig.
Yeah.
I always
Melissa-
recommend that
Melissa
to
was there.
anybody that doesn't know racing that wants to like watch a race because it's
Yeah.
more like viewer friendly with like other activities between races. Like that's probably the race that I would suggest for anybody to go watch.
We call
Yeah,
it
to
the
me, it
Burning-
looks like
we
a
call it
Burning Man kind of, but motorcycle Burning Man.
Correct. And that's what we call it, the Burning Man of motorcycles.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what it looks like to me.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Not that
especially
I've been to
at,
Burning Man.
yeah,
or
especially
anything.
at 3 a.m, they're blowing quarter stick dynamites and shit like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like my type of group.
It is.
Absolutely. Yes.
It is real
Good food, racing, off road, on road, fireworks, blowing
Everything.
shit up. Let's go, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alcohol everywhere, you name it.
Yep.
It's a disaster.
Can't forget
I mean,
the
it's
fair food.
Disaster.
organized, you know. Huh?
Can't forget the fair food.
Right,
Oh,
right.
it's
It's a beautiful circus, right?
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I want to go. I want to go to Mid Ohio and Barber Vintage.
Mhm.
yeah. Barber. You
Barber's
wanna
is
go to
the
Barber,
first class
Barber.
event. That's just, it's one of those, Laguna Seca, Barber,
Yeah.
you know, those are the places.
Yeah.
You know, there's other tracks too, but yeah.
Those are the ones.
Yeah.
Sorry to
the-
interrupt.
at-
I'm good
at-
about that though.
So what's the first race of 2025 for sidecars? You guys don't know
Robin
yet? or-
Road.
Robin Road.
Yeah.
All right.
February, I think somewhere mid-February, Robin Road, Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah.
And actually, that's the first school as well, because
Yeah.
the school is not offered in every sidecar race. It's only in some of them, not all of them.
Yeah, it's rolling. It's February 14th to 16th is Rolling Road. Sorry to
14th
interrupt.
to the 16th of April.
no,
February.
February. All right, I'm writing this down. February 14th to the 16th.
Yeah, that's our first race.
And I think the second one is either CMP,
The
usually.
CMP March 14th to 16th.
CMP is what?
Notes in front of me. And then as far as ARMA goes, then it's Willow Springs, April, and the Indy, Arizona in April as well, back to back. So yeah, you know, that's part of the ARMA schedule.
Send me that the full schedule when you
Okay.
guys know, because I definitely
Okay.
want to come out there and
So
see all
then-
my friends and get hugs and laughs and bring my suit and throw a helmet on and get bruised
And you're
up
going
and
for,
laugh.
and you're
and
going for a ride.
There's
going for a
New
ride.
Jersey,
You're going for an exhibition ride. Yeah, that's for
I love
sure.
it. I love it. I
there's
love
New
it.
Jersey in June, which I want to try and make because a lot of my cousins live up there, in Illinois and Pennsylvania, and yeah. So, where were you saying you're at?
I'm in
Virginia.
Roanoke, Virginia. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
so I'm fairly close to all of them. Right?
Yeah.
It's like 6 hours. That's what I love about my destination. Again, it's 6 hours Jersey and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's
And how far to the pit?
do what?
The pit track, Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh.
I haven't been there personally, not Pittsburgh. I usually go to Jersey.
Yeah.
Because I follow the Moto America circus because all my beautiful friends racing there, right? And again, a lot of their tracks are 6 hours away from me, right? You got Atlanta and all that. So and then of course NC down there in North Carolina, I'm not that far. I'm like 2.5 hours, I think, from there, so it's not that far. I go to a lot of the Azra club races at VIR, hang out with my friends, and yeah, anytime I can get a chance to go to the races and hang out with my friends and have the best time ever, I'm freaking there. Even like I went to Riston Grigg called me up. You guys know who Riston is, right? His dad, Steve Grigg, raced, and he's like, "Bro, I'll be at VIR for this." As I was like, "Bro, I'll be there. You just give me the times and dates." I showed up, hung out the whole weekend. I had 2 podcasts to do, so I sat in my car and did it live at the track. Yeah, I make it work. That's one thing I love about this is I can use my cell phone as long as I got a decent signal and I can pretty much podcast wherever, of course, with earbuds in and not a lot of noise. But yeah, we can make this work wherever for sure. 100%. So listen, we're almost an hour and 30. We're an hour and 15 of this. This has been a lot of fun. Learned a lot. Let's do, like I said, I want to get each individual on, and Melissa too, because we missed you, Melissa, right?
Yeah.
So Frank's got my number. Ani, we're friends on Facebook. Get my number. You two, Damon and Ani, get my number from Frank. Just text me my number. Y'all give me a text. We'll set up an individual day and time to we'll do our solo. And then
okay, perfect. Yeah.
Yep. And then during like maybe mid-season during the whole sidecar, we can do a whole nother group podcast together, talk about how everything's going and all the good times. And
yeah, maybe, I mean, if you're good with bringing a few more people in, I mean, sorry, maybe Dustin may be one of them, but if you're okay with bringing some other people in, I mean, Dustin's the best, man.
Dustin will take over. That's the problem.
But yeah, he's probably listening. So
I love you, Dustin, for sure. I'm allowed to have up to 12 guests at one time.
Okay, yeah, because it's like, Dustin and Johnny, they're a great team. They're part of our team. They just represent well. Johnny does, and Dustin. We kind of Dustin was a passenger, and I kind of talking to Frank. I'm like, well, and Johnny needed a driver, and I was like, Dustin, he's fast on solo bike. He says he wants to be a passenger. Let's put him in the driver's seat, and we changed him in a day.
And that's he was telling me he was flying out to Laguna Seca and did this whole sidecar thing with the Dolphin team, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, he sent me a bunch of pictures. I was like, bro, let's go. He called me right before. He's like, dude, I got some news I got to tell you. I was like, bro, let's listen. I tell everybody this in our beautiful journey of life that's literally this long. We think it's this long, but it's not, right?
No.
Do what you love to do, right? Follow your heart. And I always say this to everybody too. None of us are strangers. We're just friends that haven't met yet, right? And some people tell me, well, what about when you meet somebody and your energies don't match? I said, dude, that's fine. That's natural and that's normal. But I guarantee if you sat down with him or her and you had a genuine conversation, you would find at least 5 or 10 things in common. And guess what? That negative energy is not there anymore. Yep. So going with what I said, none of us are strangers. We're just friends that haven't met yet, And it's an honor to, be involved in the whole sidecar motorcycle community. It's a separate, beautiful circus out of all of them there is in the world, whatever sport it is. And the family you meet along the way. And everybody wants to see everybody succeed, love, laugh, and smile, right? And that's what it's about. So absolutely. It's been an honor to have you guys and girls on here. Nothing but love. Yes. I had such a great time. Believe it or not, you guys are my 3rd podcast today. Because
you've been working. You've been working.
I've been putting that work, right? Because I had to reschedule. Obviously, I called Frank up, was like, dude, I'll be in Pennsylvania driving. I don't know what time I'm gonna get there. We're gonna have to do it on Sunday. And then because I went to Pennsylvania, bought my son a dirt bike for Christmas. So yeah. And then driving back Saturday. So I just rearranged everybody to Sunday so I can keep on with the same schedule. And yeah, what a day to spend with all my friends, right? Doing podcasts. It's absolutely listening to everybody's journey and story. It's absolutely amazing. But yeah, so listen, we're almost an hour and 20 of this. Before we end the podcast, I just want to say thank you guys and girls so much. It's an absolute honor to have sat down and spend this time with you. Looking forward to setting up our solo podcast, and then we will all get together and do another group one. This time Melissa will be there, Dustin will be there, and anybody else you guys know would love to come on the podcast and tell their story too. Let's make it happen, right? And if you guys send me y'all's information, your addresses, I'll send everybody some Pin the Gas podcast stickers in the mail just to say absolute thank you. It was an honor to have you on. Looking forward to it again.
Thank you for having us.
Listen, the honor's all mine. Before we end this, I'm going to let Ani, Frank, and you actually end the podcast. But before we get off here, let me give my shout outs real quick. First off and foremost, thanks for everybody that watches this podcast. If you have not yet, hit that like and subscribe bell. I'm freaking everywhere. Just put in Chris Simcoe. Boom, there it is. Pin the Gas will pop up. And thanks so much for all the love and support. Without you guys giving me that, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, right? I don't do this for the money. I don't do clickbait. I don't check my views. I don't check any of that. None of that matters to me. What matters to me is giving back to the sport as much as it's given to me, right? And helping the sport grow and focusing on the futures of our sports and doing podcasts that normally you don't hear about on motorcycle racings, which you don't hear a lot of the sidecars or any of that, right? So that's my way of giving back. So thank you guys so much. Thanks you so much to Seth Starnes from Next Level Financial for all your financial needs. Full custom suit, go to Bison. Love the dog. My baby is actually right here. She's always in with her Christmas sweater on.
He was whining because he wanted to be in the camera.
Well, listen, bring them in. Always bring them in. It's always welcome. I love animals, right? Big shout out to Chef Eats for all your foods at the racetrack and off the racetrack. He makes the most amazing food, athlete meals. They're super healthy, super delicious. And when people think of microwave meals, you're like, dude, the steak's not going to be juicy and all. Absolutely. That is not true. It is simply amazing. chefeast.com. Sign up. Love the cat. Looks just like my two cats. One's name is Monster and the other one is Cookie. Cookie's a female and she is temperamental. She reminds me a lot of Garfield, where she just wants to eat all the time, right? She wobbles and all that good
lasagna.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And then Monster, my other cat, well, he's an absolute monster, right? So, but he's lovey in the same way. It's cats are weird. Let's just be honest, right? But they're beautiful. Nonetheless, big shout out to Flying Eyes Optics for your sunglass needs. SFL Mini GP, Jersey, and in Florida. That's where all the future legends of our solo sport is actually coming from. Ella Dreyer, Avery, Gus Rodeo, Brandon Posh, Isaac Woodworth. Listen, the list goes on and on. So SFL Mini GP, if anybody wants to get out there and ride, that's where I recommend you start, whether you're 3-year-old or you're 60 years old and ever wanted to drag your knee. Look no further than the SFL Mini GP. Big shout out to RD Racing out there in the UK and BSB, my mate Jake Marsh. Thank you guys for all the love and support. Vet2 Track. If any of my vet friends out there, go to vet2track.com. My buddy Jim Whitman's got one of the most amazing programs ever. His motto is tackling PTSD one lap at a time. Absolutely amazing what he does. So vet2track.com. Big shout out to my man Tate at 64 Degree Racing. I tell everybody this: don't go to a track, a club race, or a track day with one suit, one undersuit. Listen, it's not going to be fun for you or anybody else staying with you. Trust me, you got to have multiple, right? I'm a Bison ambassador. I love my one-piece Bison. I love my two-piece 64 Degree Racing, and I got a RS Tachiman. You got to have multiple undersuits, right? But 64 Degree Racing, any custom body work, Ghetto Customs, Chris Parrish, he's an absolute legend. Everybody knows who he is, right? Mm-hmm. Big shout out to my man Martin out there in the UK. You guys can go to clothingkings.co.uk and get all your Pendergast merch out there. So thank you so much, the Clothing Kings. Big shout out to Sports Bike Track Gear, STG, Road Racing World Fund. Listen, it's imperative that everybody goes and donates, whether it's $10, $20, $5, whatever you can do helps out. That supplies the air fence for the legends such as Frank, Damon, and Ani to get out there and do what they do and be safe around the track. Because if we didn't have the air fence, we didn't have the corner marshals, and we didn't have the ambulance, guess what? There is no racing, but just on video games, but that's not the same, right? So go to roadracingworld.com, sign up for the fun, and donate to that air fence. Big shout out to Carnes Performance. And anybody's out there looking to buy a dirt bike, a UTV, a ATV, performance work done, look no further than Carnes Performance in New Jersey. Big shout out to my man Brandon Craytu and KYT helmets. If you're not wearing a KYT, I don't know what you're wearing. Yes, I know there's many of them out there, but you want a KYT, trust me, right? And right, nothing but love for KYT. Yeah. Big shout out to my man Ryan at RTR Ready to Ride Racing in North Carolina. Last but not least, big shout out to all my friends at K-Tech and Moto America, Birch, Kendall, Dakari. You know who you are. Thank you so much for making everybody feel safe and being proper mega fast at the racetrack. All because of the suspension you guys put in, the magic you do, because that's what it's all about, is the suspension, and those 2 black round things are the 3 black round things that we call rubber, right? The whole point is getting it to contact, stay on the ground, and giving you guys and girls the feeling that you need to push to the limits and not go over it and get that smile on, right? So listen again, thank you guys so much. Frank, Damon and Ani, tell everybody where they can find you, social medias, do your plug thing.
Thank you.
Damon, you go first.
Oh, wait a minute. You caught me off guard. Where am I here? Let's start with Frank.
Oh, okay. Let me.
Okay.
I'm always under the bucket anyway, under the bus, so that's fine. You can find me like Chris mentioned before. I design the suits and stuff like that. You can find me under Frank de la Renta, FDLR. You can DM me. I'm mostly Facebook most of the time. I have an account on Instagram, and like Chris says, it's another choice for leathers. My leathers are more couture, mostly for female, one of a kind thing, extreme design stuff. I do a lot of engineering for the safety of me, and we're adding somehow. I'm adding rhinestones to the suit to the suits now.
Mm.
They want their names on rhinestones, so I have a designer up in Dallas. Her name is Angie McCove. That she does extreme work with rhinestones. She has her own store. Yeah, I got to mention her Etsy. She helps me a lot on Etsy. She has her own store on Etsy. But she designs very well. The rhinestones. I designed the suits. Oni is my right hand. Whatever. If you cannot find me, you DM Ani. Okay. And if you don't find me and you want to talk about sidecars, Damon is there too. So the three of us, actually the four of us, Melissa's not with us now today. Like I said, she's hunting hogs, but it's what it does. So that's not her career. She's actually a doctor. She's actually a doctor. She just does this as a hobby as well. But the four of us are very tight, and you can find the four of us can give you the same information as we share the same information. So we have the same passion for the sidecars and anything that goes fast. Let me put it that way. Anything that goes fast, we own it, So who knows? Maybe we're doing Damon. Maybe we're doing dirt bike sidecars next year. I don't know. We're looking at it. We're still looking at it. I don't know if I don't know. I won't be able to jump 40 feet off the air and try to land that thing.
It's
I
not
don't know about
necessarily
that
that
one.
I don't know
crazy.
about that either. So,
Hey, I'll try it once. That's it.
no, yeah, very slow over the stumps. Go ahead, Ollie. Go ahead.
Listen, real quick, Honor, for you do it. I'm a big advocate of, listen, you got to try everything once. Again, our
Absolutely.
lifespan is
Yeah.
so short. So real quick story. I went to the UK BSB last year. My mate, we're in London. He's like, dude, you got to try black pudding. Of course, me being American, I'm like, black pudding? Yeah, I love black pudding. It's freaking awesome. It is not the same.
It is not.
It is not the same. It's a different league. It's a different level. It is absolutely disgusting. But I'm glad I tried it, because again, you never know. But yeah, absolutely. But sorry, Ani, you go ahead.
No, you're good. Mainly, I can just be found on any social media. You got TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you name it, and you can just look up Ani Reister or A Reister 1993. And that's any questions, anything you have. That's where to find me.
There you guys go. Again, thank all three of you. All three of you are absolute legends at what you do. I'm a huge fan, and I can't wait to. I love meeting all my friends that I get on the podcast, because when I meet you guys and girls in real life, it's a full circle
Yep.
accomplishment for me, right? It's one of my bucket list. Boom, check. So I can't wait, because this year, well, we're still in 2024 and 2025. All four of us, Melissa and Dustin, because I ain't met his crazy butt yet, in real life yet, but that's gonna happen too. And I can't wait. Again, thank you. It's been an absolute honor, and to hear you guys' journey and all the laughs we had today. It's I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys and girls so much. We will definitely do a part 2 of this and individual. So yeah, just Frank, just send everybody the number and we'll make it all happen. We'll get you scheduled in, and it's been an absolute honor. Is there anything you guys would like to say? Damon, you went, right,
No,
Damon?
I had to put them, I had a lot of notes, but half of them I didn't use. So yeah, to reach out to me, Instagram, Damon Doherty or Killer Clown Canvas LLC. Facebook is Damon Doherty. It's basically anyone can find me. I'm not hiding. I'm not wanted in any state. Although some people may think I am.
He said, I'm not wanted in any state. I love it, dude. Oh my God.
It goes back to my younger days and a little different life, some of the stuff I did.
Listen, we all been there, right? We all listen, we all started two wheels. I get on the street. We're all squids. That's what I call it.
I started 5 years old on a mini bike.
And running from the police. I'm guilty of that, dude. And edging them, riding wheelies past them. They come into my house, banging on the door, search warrants at 2 a.m. Dude, I've been there, done that life, right? Discovered the track, forget all that, and yeah, so here we are. I still ride on the street a little bit, but
I had to thank you for bringing us together. I haven't seen Ani in I don't know how long since last race in Daytona.
Yeah, it's been a few months.
I saw Damon after a month yesterday.
Yeah.
The dog missed him. The dog was running around looking for Damon. And about speed, Oni has a sticker on her back. I'm not, what is it? I'm not racing. I'm qualifying.
I'm not speeding. I'm qualified.
There you go.
Yeah.
I have been pulled over more times than I'd love to admit. And more times than not, the cop has said something about that sticker every time. They're like, see your sticker back there? I was like, yeah.
and it's a true fact, right? That's why we got pulled over right now.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to qualify, man. You're messing my rhythm up.
Exactly.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. But yeah, listen, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Looking forward to each individual story to where we can deep dive and get into it. And Frank, obviously you too as well, when you do the whole, your leathers and all that good stuff too as well. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Tell your boy congratulations again on his archery. And yeah, absolutely amazing. And thank you. And yeah, can't wait to talk to you guys again.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I will. Y'all just shoot me a text and we'll get it sorted out.
Yeah. Hey, should we say one more thing, Frank?
Yeah.
Damon and Frank Sidecar Emporium and Haberdashery.
Yeah, that's how we go for it. That's right.
The haberdashery part's really important.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Thank you, Frank Riolo.
Oh man, and I can't wait to be a monkey one day, right?
Absolutely.
I want to get in there and get bruised up and like I tell people, it's riding a bike. I've never been in a sidecar, but I can imagine it's the same. It's a feeling that nothing has ever been able to replicate in my life. I get no greater satisfaction, no greater feeling of being the most alive, right? That's same thing when I tell people when you're within pain. So, I got that wrist thing, my cast, and I don't take any pain pills. Like I refuse to do it, right? And I'll be up, I can't even sleep. And my wife's like, you're an idiot. And I'm like, but I feel so alive right now, right? It's a mental thing. It's yeah, absolutely. But listen, it's been an absolute honor. Well, if I don't get off here, I'm gonna keep on talking. So I'm gonna get off here. I appreciate you. I love every single one of y'all, and I can't wait to get you all on here again and individually. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Just shoot me a text and we'll make it happen.
Bye.
All right.
See you guys.
Yeah.
See you guys. Bye.